Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm participating in a collab hosted by Juani over at Juani's house. And it's a story that we're to tell at least 6 minutes if we can. A Thanksgiving story that is funny now to you. Something that might have been embarrassing that happened, and she wants us to just share the story with you guys. So I'm going to try to do that within 6 minutes. Hopefully I can. Okay, my story begins last Thanksgiving. I'm doing the turkey, putting it in the oven, cooking it, and throughout the duration of the cooking process, I started to see some smoke. Smoke from the oven, yes. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking, okay, just a little smoke, a little of the juice got inside, and spilled a little bit. Okay, so what I do, go get some salt, and I start sprinkling some salt. Then all of a sudden, it started to build up more and more and more. Well, that smoke built up so much where we had to open up all the doors. The smoke detector came on, the windows. Every window in the house that you probably would not even open up, we had to open that. Then it got worse and worse and worse, and smoke is traveling all, out of the windows, the doors. I had to call 911, the fire department. Oh my gosh, yes I did. We had to call the fire department. I was walking around the house, running around the house, just in a frantic, like, oh my gosh, this can't be happening to me. This is Thanksgiving. And I was the host of the dinner that I was going to have guests. All family and friends were coming over to enjoy the meal that I had cooked and slaved over for many hours. Now, I didn't burn up anything. The pan that I had wasn't big enough for the turkey, or it seeped out, or a little hole, something silly happened. But anyway, called the fire department. They came, all up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, all the neighbors are gonna be looking. I'm like, but I said to myself, they don't know why that the fire department is in my house, in front of my house. They don't know. So I wasn't embarrassed at first, but then you think about it, because people could probably smell the smoke, see the smoke coming out of your house, your front door, your back door, your windows, everything. They came, and I was explaining the situation to them, and one fireman, he tried to get up in my kitchen window, which is very hard to open, so he couldn't open that one. So he left it alone, but they rushed and got all, the doors, the other side of the back door that's hard to open. He was able to open that wider than how we had it. And the fireman told me, the chief, he said, well, unfortunately, there's really not much you can do. You're going to have to let this ride out. You're going to have to let all this smoke just clear out and let it finish its course. I'm like, what? You can't help me do anything? And I told him I was, pouring salt in the oven. And he said, that's the worst thing you can do. And I'm like, what do you mean that's the worst thing? That's what I've heard all these years. No, he said, what that does, it intensifies it and makes it worse. And I was like, oh my gosh. I said, well, what do? I got people coming over in a little while, He said, ma'am, the only thing you can do is just let it air out. Keep the windows and doors open. Just let it finish its course. I'm like, what about my turkey? I'm like, worried about this bird. It continued to cook, but he said, you may have a little difficulties, but just let it air out. He said, just let it run its course. Oh my gosh. I was so embarrassed. So anyway, when they left, I just prayed to God and asked him to help me. I'm like, please don't let this Thanksgiving day be ruined by turkey, by drippings spilling out of the oven, please help me, Lord. Anyway, he did. My dinner turned out fabulous. Everybody loved it. And on top of that, which was December, we went over to my aunt's house, me and my husband and my son. and we're just enjoying one another and, you know, talking and stuff. All of a sudden, it was, you know, during that time, my son decides to come out and tell my aunt, yeah, we had Thanksgiving Day and turkey and everything, and then we had to call the fire department. I'm like, what? She looked at me and she goes, you had to call the fire department? I played it off. I mean, I was humiliated. I literally could have crawled up under her table and covered my head. I mean, I never wanted anybody to know, because I didn't want anybody to think, oh, she just can't cook. Oh, yes, I can cook, and I know how to cook a turkey. And, oh my gosh. And I'm playing it off. I said, shoot. I said, yeah, I called the fire department, and they just took care of it. You know, I'm acting nonchalant, you know, like it was no big deal. Inside of me, I'm like raging bull. I'm feeling furious at my son. You know, but I played it off. I didn't want to show any reaction, any emotion in front of anybody. And when we got in the car, I just asked my son, I'm like, why? Why did you tell her that story? Why did you tell her that we had to call the fire department? Oh my gosh. And he was like, well, I didn't know. I said, but I told you I didn't want to tell anybody, especially her, you know? That was an embarrassing moment, I tell you, on Thanksgiving Day. But I'm just so glad that everything turned out good. Now I can laugh about it. Now I know people, not everybody that I know knows I'm on YouTube. But for the ones who do, and they're hearing this story for the first time, I'm not embarrassed anymore. I'm okay now. But I tell you what, this Thanksgiving, that is not going to happen to me again. No, ma'am. I'm going to make sure. I mean, I'm going to be on top of that turkey. But we can laugh at it now. I mean, we talk about it. We joke about it. You know, like, Mom burned the turkey. No, don't know. I corrected my son. I said, no, don't say I burned the turkey. I can laugh about it, but when you say burn, I can't laugh because I did not burn anything. I mean, when I heard about this collab, you guys, I was like, I have got to tell my story. I hope you guys enjoyed this story, and I hope you get a little laugh out of it. And thank you, Juani at Juani's House. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you on my channel. And please click on the bell so that you will be notified when I upload a video. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have an awesome day, and I will talk to you guys later in another video. All right, bye.